Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know that I've not uploaded for months now. It has been a crazy year for me, I won't lie. And I had every intention to weekly vlog, but life happens, shit gets turned upside down, and then you're just left wondering, like, what the hell do I do from here? Like, where do I go? That has been me for the past God knows how many months now. It has definitely gotten worse over the last month and a half, I'd say, if not a bit longer. But I thought I'd come back, give you all an update, and then come back next week fresh, strong, and just giving zero fucks about what anyone has to say about what I do and what I share. So I know that so many of you guys that follow me on Instagram have had so many questions about what's been going on, especially in the last month. So let me just go over that real quick, just so that it's done out there and, chapter closed or book burnt, I'd say. Yes, I was back in a relationship with Jack. We decided to get back together, I'd say, at the end of Feb. We were definitely seeing each other before that. I was also involved with another guy. I wasn't his girlfriend at the time though, we were literally just seeing each other, having fun, a casual thing. But he knew from the get-go that I was very much still madly in love with Jack. And he didn't want to get in the way of that, and he was pushing me more towards Jack anyway. I still came clean, and I told the other guy that I want to see where things go with Jack. I want to give him another try. I feel bad because I was genuinely having such a wonderful time with this other guy. He just made me feel so comfortable being myself, and it didn't feel like I had to change anything, and he just totally accepted every part of me, which just made me feel incredible. But my heart belonged to Jack at the time. So part of me does regret that decision. Maybe something more could have come out of it with the other guy if we kept seeing each other and, I let go of Jack. But then the other part of me doesn't regret it at all, because you love someone, you can't just shake that person off. And I really tried. I literally tried so many times, and I said to Jack so many times I don't want to be with you. I can't go through everything I went through in our relationship, the abuse from his parents, especially his mum, when she would scream that I'm a whore and things down the phone to me. I couldn't deal with his friends making out that I was the issue when it was him that was talking to other people behind my back. He broke up with me the first time because he had feelings for another girl, and I'm grateful that he broke up with me and didn't just pursue this other girl. But then when I went to pursue someone else and I took that one step further than he did, I then became the bad guy. I was then the issue. And I made it very clear that I didn't want to be in a relationship where it would just be constant arguing and constant belittling because someone did this and not this. Do you know what I mean? I made that very clear from the very start. And Jack was okay with that. He said that he forgave me for everything that I had done. Not that I needed forgiving, because I didn't cheat or anything. But in his mind, all he wanted was me, and I was actively pursuing someone else. But yeah, so he ended up forgiving me, and we ended up getting into a relationship again at the end of February. And I instantly saw a change in myself when I got back with him. I was laughing all the time. I was so happy, day in, day out. And I know that you shouldn't rely on other people as your source of happiness, but he just became this infectious person. I couldn't help but not be happy when I was around him. My mood would just instantly rise, and I would just, be the happiest I've ever been. So things were good between us for a while. I even went to his friend's stag do with him. We went to Portsmouth, had an amazing time down there. Came back, everything I thought was still really good. And then he went to America for his friend's wedding. This is when it just goes shits up, basically. I won't get into details about what he ends up doing because I don't know if he'll see this, and I don't want him to like come at me and like send an army of people, like his family, to come after me as well, because I cannot be dealing with them, especially in my headspace right now. I'm just like coming to terms, like in therapy and stuff, like the damage, the like mental damage that they already put me in. So I won't go into details about that, but just know that America is the reason why we are no longer together. I can't just blame the country, like that's not fair. There's a certain person out in America that is the reason why we are no longer together. And I'm going to leave it at that. I have said everything I needed to say to him, and I have said everything I need to say to her. And now I just wish them the best. I don't know if I fully mean that. I think that's kind of just a thing that you say just to be nice, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know whether like I completely mean the words that I'm saying, but at least I'm saying them. At least I'm being nice about the situation, especially when I'm not the one that's in the wrong. Because the same cannot be said for the other parties. They have been not the best at handling the situation. Bear in mind, they're the ones in the wrong. They're the ones that created the situation in the first place. But yeah, they handled it very childishly. And I did retaliate. And I'm kind of proud of my retaliation, which again, I shouldn't be. Like, I should just be like, yeah, we broke up because he did XYZ and leave it at that. But I had begged and begged and begged him since June till August to tell me the truth about what happened, because I knew he was acting off. I had a gut feeling, and he lied to my face time and time and time again. Those of you that are on my Instagram, you would have seen that I went to see Coldplay, and I have been obsessed with Coldplay since like forever. They're the best band. Like, I love their music. And I cried when they played The Scientist. He cried when they played The Scientist. Like, looking back at it, I still wouldn't have wanted that experience with anyone else. But saying that, with the gut feeling I had, because I knew that something was wrong, I knew that he wasn't being honest with me, I had begged him to take someone else to Coldplay. I had said to him, take your mum. Take anyone but me, because I don't want to be in a situation where I then feel uncomfortable. It didn't happen. We went, we had an amazing night, and I am so thankful for that. Like, we went back to the hotel and had a great night in the hotel. And then the next day, like, his sister came and picked us up because we were stuck because of the train strikes. And I genuinely believed in that moment that actually, maybe that I'm just completely misreading everything. Maybe I am just getting too much in my head, because I do that quite a lot. And maybe this is just like the pivotal point where I click and realise that actually I'm making it all up. There is nothing wrong, and that we are good. I'm glad that I didn't convince myself that. And I'm glad that I stuck to my gut feeling, because obviously the truth later came out, and that was that. You guys would have also seen on my Instagram that I went away with him to Somerset for the week. I cannot fault Somerset. Somerset genuinely is a place where I feel so happy, so like grounded. Like, my anxiety is just gone, and like my head doesn't feel like fuzzy and like clouded with noise. I'm just simply like in my best state when I'm there. So I really struggled the week that I went away. I knew that something was still going on between him and this other person. There was promises made that he wouldn't talk to this other person. Those promises were broken. So I went to bed crying every night because I felt like I was just being used. Like I was just a convenient person for him to like be with, because, you know, he had no one else. And I still stand by that feeling, to be honest. But while I was away down there, like, we did so many like amazing things. We went back to Ham Hill, we went back to Bath. I feel like I was able to say my goodbyes to his cousin, and I feel like I'm about to cry. I am so grateful that like I was given the opportunity, because I wasn't able to do that at the time that he passed, which is awful. Like, no one should have that right taken away from them like I did. But I felt grateful that I was able to be back down there with his family that I do have like so much love for. I didn't think I'd cry. It's been like over a month. Jeez. And it was just nice just to be back there and just to sort of like feel the happiness and the love and things. And like saying my goodbye to him kind of felt like final, like that was it. Like that's the end of the chapter almost. Like, not a chapter that I wanted to end, because he was like an incredible person. Like, he like brought me back into like the Bible, and like finding passages and stuff that brought me comfort. God. And I do still stand by everything that he taught me. Like, I still have the app on my phone, and like I do now pray when I feel like I need to and things. So yeah, it was nice to be able to have my final say and to like thank him for just being that like source of light, that's like guide kind of thing. But like we also went to like new places, and like we both climbed like a lighthouse, and you know, just did things that like we wouldn't normally do like while we're here. And like it was just incredible, like experience after experience. And he seemed so happy. Like, I know I was, and I wasn't faking it. So I don't know whether he's just a very good liar or whether he's just like didn't know at the time what he wanted, because he would do all these fun activities and these experiences with me, but then he would instantly be on his phone messaging the other girl. So I don't know where the truth is and where the lie starts, if that makes sense. Yeah, we actually ended up coming back early because I wanted to be home. I'd had enough of crying myself to sleep. So we went to church on Sunday, and then had some like dinner, and then we went back, came back home, and we were still talking. Like, I think it wasn't until like a week later when that was it, like a sudden breakup. Like, that's it, we're done, grab your shit out the car and basically fuck off. And instantly after that, he, like, his attitude towards me changed, and he jumped straight in trying to get with this other girl. And since then, I've been dealing with the aftermath of trying to figure out what the fuck went on, why it happened, and like almost like sort of questions like what I did to deserve it. Which the answer to that is nothing. Like, I didn't deserve the disrespect, I didn't deserve the way that I was treated, and I didn't deserve the lies. I have been seeking therapy just to like help me, because my mental health, I've like been very open and honest throughout my whole time on like social media and like anything, that my mental health is just shit. Like bottom of the barrel shit. So I have been like having therapy, and I'm back on my antidepressants, just to like try to get my mood up and to make me feel like life is worth living, and like I have so much to experience in life, and I don't need people like that, you know? Does that make sense? It's been like a month, maybe a little bit longer, since he brutally ended breaking up with me, and then has just jumped ship straight away to this new girl. And then I got accused of like messaging her and stuff because she said that he was lying to her again and stuff, and I've just lost interest in it. I was like, look, you shouldn't have lied in the first place then. If you've lied to her, come clean. I haven't messaged her again, apart from like the first time when I messaged her to find out what the fuck happened between them two, and found out what had happened, although she had also lied and dumbed it, like played it down. So, you know, they're both really suited for each other because they're both liars. But that's just me being a petty bitch, and I should, you know, not really say that. I won't lie, during that month, like of the breakup, I have been just like awful. I kind of just went back into like a shell of myself. I started to not eat. I was just staying in bed all the time. I didn't want to do anything. And then about 2 weeks ago, I kind of just hit rock bottom. Like, I couldn't see a way of getting back to being myself, to being happy. And this is before the doctors could give me antidepressants and things. So I attempted to take my life. Saying it out loud is scary. Admitting that I got to that point is scary, because no one wants to admit that they're that lost. No one wants to admit that they feel that broken. But also saying it out loud kind of brings me some kind of comfort to know that actually I am stronger than those thoughts, because yes, although I acted upon it at the time, I then also actively seek to get help. I went and found resources. I reached back out to my GP and told them that I was in a serious situation, that I needed something now. I've spoken to helpline after helpline that have, you know, done their best, but ultimately I'm too far gone for them, for their service, so they're passing on to the next. But that night I also did actively go and find someone who I could trust, someone that I know that wouldn't judge me for the way I feel, and they really helped me that night more than they will ever know. So now I am single, which I am really glad about, because I need to just, you know, work on myself, get myself into a better place, like a better position, and I need to get myself happy again. I am on antidepressants, I'm working on it, I am doing everything that I feel like benefits me, that benefits my body, that benefits my mental health. Anything that doesn't bring me joy and happiness right now, I do not even give a second thought to. I just absolutely not put it in the bin. I am not coming to that ever. Which is a good way for me to look at things right now. I am talking to a few people, just, you know, a fun little flirty chat here and there, doesn't hurt anyone. The most exciting thing is that I have booked my solo trip to Edinburgh, the trip that I was supposed to take 4 years ago. The good, the bad, the ugly, the breakdowns, every single part of my life I'm going to be documenting and sharing with you week in, week out from now on, because everyone goes through like rough patches. Everyone, you know, isn't always happy-go-lucky, everything's perfect, and you don't really see enough of that anywhere. Everyone just hides behind this like social media like fantasy world, and then you're like left feeling more alone than anything else, because you've got no one that relates to how you feel. So yeah, that's my update for you. If I've missed anything or you want to know anything else, do just like reach out in the comments, or just like follow me on Instagram and DM me, because I am always answering my DMs over there. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next week with a weekly vlog. So thank you so much for watching. Do like, comment, subscribe, whatever you need to do. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye.